I thought this was really cool. The moment between Becky Hammon and Teresa Weatherspoon, of course, the coaches of the Chicago Sky and Las Vegas Aces, respectively, embracing former teammates, by the way. You know, the first time they're coaching.
My little sis, I guess y'all didn't believe that. What up, everybody? I'm wonderful.
Weatherspoon referring to her as her little sis, like I said, former teammates, and coaching against each other for the first time as the Sky face off with the Aces. And of course, that means Angel Reese is involved in the action. Weatherspoon, the coach of Reese, as we all know. So the two were talking about the rookie class up there on the podium. And Becky Hammon, championship winner, had some comments that are sure to make some headlines, hence the video I'm doing right now. I mean, no big deal, by the way. They're not, salacious comments, but they'll certainly be discussed. Here's what Hammon said.
Look, at the end of the day, they're really super skilled. They're fun to watch, and they jaw at each other. People be like, "Oh, Angel's talking." I'm like, nobody talks more crap than Caitlin too. Caitlin be in there talking like that's just what they did. I saw her and Melissa get into it the other day. Like, it's just it's a different generation because they're not. I think we talk subtly. They be talking in your face.
And look, that is true. I've definitely seen Caitlin out there jawing on the court as she should. I mean, she's earned the right to do that. Obviously, Angel likes to talk out there. And that is nothing. That is part of basketball, right? Like, that is part of basketball because Hammond did go on to say, essentially, they're big girls and let them go at it.
I also got to see my girl, Kate Morton. So, look, at the end of the day, they're really super skilled. They're fun to watch, and they jaw at each other. People be like, "Oh, Angel's talking." I'm like, nobody talks more crap than Caitlin too. Caitlin be in there talking like that's just what they did. I saw her and Melissa get into it the other day. Like, it's just it's a different generation because they're not. I think we talk subtly. They be talking in your face, which is fine. Like, my thing is like, let them go. They're big girls.
And that's a good message too. Obviously, some of that was repeated from the prior clip, but I wanted to play that one part at the end because for all of the nonsense, and I've discussed this here about it getting back to basketball. For all of that nonsense, it does feel like we're back to basketball, right? We're back to basketball. And part of being a basketball player is dealing with trash talk, sometimes delivering trash talk. Famously, Michael Jordan, known for it, right? Like, so many different players have been known for it over the years. Reggie Miller to Michael Jordan back, and so on and so forth over the years. I mean, Angel clearly likes to talk out on the court. I saw this old clip from her days back at LSU, blocking a shot with a shoe in her hand and then letting the opponent know about it. Angel really likes to talk. And that's part of her game. I mean, she says she's a dog, right? That's her self-description. And she definitely talks out there. But moral of the story is the rookie class has been great for the WNBA, as we've seen. Caitlin Clark in particular shooting the numbers up through the roof. But we've also seen Caitlin Clark can take care of herself and has made it through any trials and tribulations. And this rivalry that she and Reese has will continue to go and continue to be fun to watch. And it'll go beyond that. Just, the rookie class is being followed by a lot of people. You compare that to the men's draft, right? I mean, think about it. Who was even drafted other than Bronny James on the men's side? Can anybody, nobody knows any of those kids. That's the difference, I think, in some ways with women's basketball now versus, on the men's side, where people are watching and following the stories from college to the pros. And they get attached to the players, right? They get attached to the players. So they get attached to them and want to see where they wind up going. Versus the men, it's all, international prospects and the like. I mean, look on the women's side of things, Paige Beckers, right? You see her everywhere right now. because people are attached to her story, and she could be the possible number one pick in the draft coming up. I see Paige everywhere she goes. At that Lynx game the other night at the Commissioner's Cup. Juju Watkins still has several years left in college, and people will be following her. Look, they're already talking about her teammate, right? Kiki. Kiki is now at USC, and USC shared some highlights, by the way. Let me show you those real quick. This is impressive to see. The college basketball season is going to be lit, too. You got Kiki out here flying. Dunking with ease. And she's going to be sharing the floor with Juju Watkins. And now Kiki could be competing with Paige for the number one pick in the 2025 WNBA draft. And people will watch her play this year. And then they'll watch Juju throughout her college career. I mean, she's still got several years left before she can go to the WNBA. Meanwhile, on the NBA side, all anybody's talking about is Bronny James because he's the only player anybody knows outside of, maybe Zach Edey from Purdue. And, the Bronny thing is like, the Lakers were nothing before LeBron got there. Not in the past. Obviously, they're the most prestigious franchise in the history of the NBA. But at the end of Kobe's run, toward the several years after Kobe's run, the Lakers were miserable. It wasn't until LeBron got there. And now we're talking about a second-round pick. People are losing their mind. Nepotism's everywhere. You see it in every industry. Hell, I don't want to hear any broadcasters talk about nepotism. You can't turn on the television without seeing that in-game coverage. But the point being, some of that Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark stuff carries over from Iowa and LSU, obviously. I mean, you even heard Becky Hammon talk about Kate Martin, the rookie on the Aces from Iowa, being a part of that. And that's where some of that extra interest in this rookie class comes. Caitlin's this huge star, but along with her are these other rookies. And people are like, all right, I'm following them. And that brings them to the WNBA. And then through the college ranks, those players are going to get followed until they get into the WNBA, which is in sharp contrast to what we're seeing on the men's side, where it's just like, I wasn't scouting over in France. What do you want me to tell you? And then as far as the trash talk thing, I just thought those were some fun comments from the Aces head coach. There's nothing really to take to heart there. Angel can talk her smack. Caitlin can talk her crap. As long as we're talking about basketball, I will be happy dealing with that fact right there.